So a lot of you have probably noticed that I haven't really been posting that often the last couple weeks, and I would first like to apologize for that, but it can't be helped. My schedule has been incredibly sporadic the past few weeks, from things changing from morning, afternoon. I've got things going virtually all day throughout the entire week, so I haven't really had time to watch anything new, or hell, have even had time to make any videos. So yeah, I would like to apologize for that. But like I said, it can't be helped. So now I thought I would give you some updates on a lot of these videos and some other things I want to try out. So first, I thought I'll start with the video updates. One, there was a post on my community tab that I'm sure plenty of you saw, where I teased a few videos coming up, most of them being the editorial versions, not the reviews. The next episode of Diamonds in the Rough and Cinematic Disasters, which I have not done in about a year and a half, and I realized that. And it's mostly because I can't figure out whether or not I want to use clips, like, during the reviews, because they do help illustrate points, but they're also a pain in the ass to edit, and they take up a lot of time. And, of course, my air conditioner starts going off. Give me 1 second, please. Okay. Yeah, I figured that would happen. I should have turned that off to begin with, but whatever. So yeah, I haven't done these videos in a while because I can't decide if I want to use clips because, like I said, they help illustrate points, but they're a pain in the ass to edit, and especially with movies like Max Steel, which is the next Diamonds in the Rough. Usually I can, like, pull clips from YouTube, which is what I usually do for film face-offs. I usually just use, like, I pull up scenes or, like, the trailer for those videos, but with Max Steel, it's hard to find clips of that on YouTube, so it would be a lot harder to do. And the next Cinematic Disasters is, of course, Dear Evan Hansen, and one I've been wanting to rip into again for a while. This one I actually have reviewed before, but I have a bit more to say now. So, yeah. The next episode of Film Face-Offs is Transformers Rise of the Beast versus G.I. Joe The Rise of Cobra, which mostly stems from the end of Transformers, where they tease a crossover. Not to mention Mattel's recent effort, Barbie, ended up becoming the highest grossing film of the year, which is fucking ridiculous. Now, I should talk about the other two as well, because they were a little vague, I'm assuming. I'm assuming a lot of you didn't really know what they were. And the first one was 10 upcoming Disney projects that are dead on arrival, movies and TV shows alike. And the other one is the 5 best and worst summer 2023 movies. And for the thumbnail, I used Sound of Freedom and The Little Mermaid. Those felt like the obvious options to use, so that's what I went with. And I have a couple of things I want to watch and review, mainly The Last Voyage of the Demeter and maybe Oppenheimer. I was planning to watch this way back when it came out back in July, so it's been almost 2 months since that movie came out. And unlike Nefarious, which didn't get a very wide release, I could have watched this at any point, but I just haven't, mostly because it's 3 hours, and I have no interest in sitting through a 3-hour biopic, but I do want to watch it, especially after a lot of liberal meltdowns about it, so that pushed me to watch Top Gun Maverick, so would have obviously pushed me to watch Oppenheimer, but again, it's a 3-hour biopic, like, that's something else I want to make a video on at some point. It's like, why is every movie 3 hours, especially with that Five Nights at Freddy's movie coming up? Why is that 3 hours? And now another video I've teased is something involving Percy Jackson. And it was, of course, a poster for Percy Jackson: Sea of Monsters. And no, it is not the Diamonds in the Rough video. That will be coming at some point. It'll probably come after the show comes out. That'll probably be when I officially do my Diamonds in the Rough for Sea of Monsters. Because I'm assuming a lot of people have been wanting me to talk about that movie quite a bit, because I haven't talked about it much. I talked about it in my best film of every year from 2011 to 2017. I talked about it briefly, but that's really the only time I've really gone into Sea of Monsters. So I do plan to do it at some point, but it is a video pertaining to one specific aspect of that movie. It's not a full review of that movie. So yeah, sorry to get that out of the way. But something else, some bigger things I want to talk about first, is that I've come to a decision to change the name of the channel. And contrary to what you're probably thinking, no, this isn't, like, there isn't a point where somebody was making fun of my name or something like that, and I decided to change it as a reaction to that. This was always meant to be a placeholder name that I just never got around to changing. And if you guys have any suggestions, fire away in the comments. If if you guys have a suggestion for it, because this was always meant to be a placeholder name that I didn't think would stick for 3 years. But that's what ended up happening. Also, because I am a big football fan, I decided I'm starting another channel where I talk mostly NFL, but I could also do some college football with it as well. I'm in the works of making that, so I'll keep you updated on that. If you like to watch football and everything, I can definitely do that. And there's some other segments I've been thinking about doing on this channel. First one being movie tie-in video games, because I want to talk about video games. I do like video games, but I feel like I should still maintain because this channel is mainly talking about movies and shows, so I feel like doing like retrospectives for tie-in video games feels like the best option. Like, I think I'll start with like a retrospective of every Phantom Menace game, like do a video for each one. Because there's a lot of movie tie-in games I've played. I've played most of the Spider-Man tie-in games. I can do ones based on, not even just like the big console releases, but for ones like the Nintendo DS or the Game Boy Advance. Because hell, people seem to really like whenever I seem to get a lot of views anytime I do a video on Percy Jackson. And the first movie did actually get a tie-in video game. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, this is a tie-in video game for the Lightning Thief. It was a DS exclusive, but it still counts. And here's another one that I've been wanting to do, which this one is kind of a reactionary one to what other people do. It's The Movie Was Better. In which case, I will talk about book-to-movie adaptation and make a case of why the movies did it better. You know why? Because every time I see a video bitching and moaning about how movies change everything, and even a segment of people saying the book was better, all it does is just annoy the shit out of me. So I decided to play the devil's advocate and do it the other way. Now, unlike those channels, I will actually only be doing ones that I actually thought the movie was better. I'm not going to just say the book was better because the movies made changes, or because it wasn't exactly the same, or it's just what you say on the internet because you don't want people bitching and whining at you. So don't expect me to do ones like Artemis Fowl or I Am Number 4 or maybe Chronicles of Narnia 3. I don't know, I haven't read that book in years. But don't expect me to do shitty ones just to play the devil's advocate there, because that's not how I do things. I'm not going to make a case for something being better if I don't think it's better. So yes, I will be doing ones like the Maze Runner movies or the Percy Jackson movies. I know I've already done videos on a couple of those, but apparently I need to keep repeating myself because people can't get the fucking message. And if you guys have any other segments or anything else you want me to branch out into doing, let me know. Like, if there's anything, it doesn't even have to be like talking about movies or shows. It can be anything, as long as it relates to what I do on this show, where it's mainly movies or shows or now video games. If anything you want me to do. Side note, it's considering my Percy Jackson videos do pretty well. Let me know if you want me to just do like another channel just talking about the Percy Jackson films, because I would be totally okay with that. But let me know in the comments. So yeah, that's where I've been. So yeah, I apologize for the hiatuses, but again, like I said, it's not really my fault, and there is a lot of stuff I'm working on here. Will a lot of it work? I don't know, but the worst thing I can do is try it, and if it fails, big fucking whoop. That it doesn't really matter. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about all this, what upcoming segments, or if the new channels interest you or anything like that. Let me know if you're excited for any of this, and if you have any suggestions of something else I can do on this channel, let me know. And yeah, I guess I'll see you all next time. Bye.